There's no AC in my room. Okay, the next thing is there's no bed. The situation is I'm sleeping on a pull-out couch in the living room. All right, so this is the pull-out couch. The bed is really messy, but this is the pull-out couch that I'm sleeping on here. The water does not flow. Let's look at it. See, it's on, you hear it. The water's not flowing because there's no water in the tank. I'm talking about light is red, internet is not connected. And 3 hours later, lights out again. If you have a day job and you need to get on Zoom calls, you need to get to work, this is not gonna work out for you. Boom. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis, or Joe Hatagua. I'm a Sierra Leonean American now living here in Sierra Leone. And if you want to know how much of a disaster my second week was here in Sierra Leone, then this is the video for you. Okay, look, so you know I'm smiling, right? Because at the end of the day, this is the life that I chose. It has been a treacherous second week. I'm actually in Bo right now, and I'm actually away from the craziness. We have a generator here, and I got light. I'm at my aunt's house. But that second week in Sierra Leone was nuts, in Freetown. I'm gonna just take you through all of it. It is a lot to cover, but I wanted to make sure you guys understand some of the challenges that you could potentially see moving to Freetown if, in fact, you don't move into a place that you've vetted first, right? So you guys might have seen my live where I went through all the challenges that I had. This is gonna be the vlog that kind of takes you through what it actually felt like in real time. Again, this is on me because of the place that I chose and the fact that I didn't do any vetting beforehand, but I wanted you guys to kind of see what it looked like. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. All right, cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the accommodations, right? No bed, no AC. So I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna show you what it all looks like and where I've been sleeping and all of that. It's gonna look crazy to you, but I'm gonna take you to that first. So let's just jump right into that. Let's go. There's no AC in my room. So you can usually put an AC up here, and you see there's already a switch for the AC, so I could just connect the AC to that switch and it can turn it on and off, and I could put an AC up here, or you could put an AC above the window here. That's also a possibility. We could do that as well. I just don't know how long I plan to stay here, so I don't want to do all of that work, put an AC in here and all of that. This might be just a temporary stay, but also, yeah, so this might just be a temporary stay, but I do need to make sure it's a comfortable stay. Okay, let's move on to the next thing that needs to be done. Okay, the next thing is there's no bed. There's no bed in this room. There is no bed. So the situation is I'm sleeping on a pull-out couch in the living room. Let me show you that. All right, so this is the pull-out couch. The bed is really messy, but this is the pull-out couch that I'm sleeping on here. Don't even have pillows. My pillows are on their way, so I've been sleeping with the couch cushions as my pillows. I'm about to make the bed right now, but yeah, so this is where I'm sleeping right now because the place doesn't have a bed. So as you can see, we've been really fortunate to get this place. Has a pull-out couch in the living room, has a separate second bedroom, and it's really cheap, so it's a good place for me to transition and move into while I work on my longer term housing scenario, but there's much to be desired and much to be done. So I'm gonna take you through that whole process. All right, cool. So you guys got a chance to now see where I was sleeping, right? Pull-out couch in the living room. Now, that's all gonna be taken care of. I'm gonna get a bed, we're gonna get an AC, but for right now, that's the situation as it stands. The first week that I came, the first night I slept there, and then I had to go somewhere else for about 6 days. So that first week, I actually didn't fully feel the issues that came along with living in that apartment. It wasn't until this week when I moved in where I really got the real. So I'm gonna take you through the 3 major issues in a second. Let's just start with the water issue first. So on to the next. All right, so here's the water situation. There is no water, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like, because I think it's kind of hard to understand what that might look like not having any flowing water. So I'm gonna show you that, but I'm also gonna show you what our alternative is for right now with these canisters that we use. But let's just jump right into that. Let's go. This place doesn't have any running water. The person who lived here actually lived here based on living out of these like canisters. So let me show you those canisters real quick. So she would fill these up at her job. She had like 10 of these. Let's look at them. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there was 7 of these. Now, obviously, that's not ideal, right? And so when we first moved in, that was what we discovered. Now, the place is actually not too expensive, and it was fully furnished. We have couches, we have a bed in here. So there's just a couple of things that need to be figured out so that I could use it. So basically, this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with a kitchen in a compound, right? That's in not too far from the city center, right? And so the location's not bad, the pricing is great, and even all the amenities are fine. And the water does not flow. Let's look at it. See, it's on, you hear it. The water's not flowing because there's no water in the tank. There's no water in the tank. So obviously that makes things challenging to shower. There's no water in the tank. So we have to be doing bucket baths for now. And that's just not an ideal scenario. So what we have to do is call the plumber, find a plumber to come here. All right, so the situation is we have to get water because there's no water flowing. So we need to get these canisters filled, each one of them, and that is going to be our source of the water for the house. So she's going to go get water, and that's the water we're going to be using here. Now, eventually, we'll get the plumber to do everything, but until then, we got to fill up those canisters of water. That's just life the way it is right now. So it's 50 leones to fill up each canister. We fill up 7 canisters, so that's 350 leones to fill up each of those canisters. So that is how much it costs to fill up those water canisters that the lady that sells. So just so you know, if you need to fill up water, that's how much it should cost. So there's actually like a community tank where a person has a large tank and they're selling the water. So the water bowser comes, fills up their community tank. Then what we do is we go and get these things full of water and we fill up our canisters with it. So that's how it works. All right, so as you can see, that's what we're doing today. So we're taking those canisters. What I'm doing is I'm pouring some of that into a big pot. I boil that hot water, and then I pour that hot water into a bucket, and then I pour the cold water that we already have into that bucket so that I actually have warm water to bathe with. But I'm doing bucket baths right now. But that's what I'm doing, so that's what you see. All right, so next we're gonna go to the power issue, so check that out. All right, so anybody who knows Sierra Leone knows that it is a challenge to have steady power in this country. If you don't have a diesel generator or you don't have a solar power, it is a challenge. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take you to what that actually looks like in real time, what I was dealing with in this apartment. It was crazy, so just check it out. Let's go. The issue with electricity. So this place, for the last couple of days has just been, the light has been going out. Now, I've been surprised. Yesterday, pretty much all day there was power, at least when I was here in the morning, and then when I came home in the evening. The day before there was light in the evening, but it's really unpredictable, and light can go for a day at a time, for a couple hours. It's a really unpredictable circumstance. And what that means is if you have a internet connection that uses the power, right, then it runs out. If you have laptops connected to power, all those things, you cannot use them when the battery runs out, especially when the internet's connected, like the router, because the router doesn't have like a battery inside it. It doesn't stay on when the light goes out. It only connects to power. So when that goes out, the home router goes out, now you lose internet. So you can't use TV, you can't use the internet, you can't do anything. And so obviously we need to figure out a backup solution. So I'm waiting on that right now. We're not gonna get a generator, I think we're likely to do solar. So I'm waiting on that right now to get the pricing on the solar and how we can get that set up, because we need to set up solar in here. At the very least, Maybe it won't keep the AC running, but at the very least, it will keep just the basics going. The water pump, if there's a water pump, if that needs electricity, then we're gonna need it to keep just the TV going. If somebody wants to watch TV, if we want to actually use the internet, right? And if we want to have some light at night, we're gonna need to have solar set up. So that's another conversation that I'm gonna have separately, but that's the second issue. And 3 hours later, lights out again. Once again, the light is out. So this is the lifestyle that we live here. And so I'm definitely going to need to get solar and get a generator. So I'm talking to people about solar and generator right now. The thing is, like, I'm getting solar and at the location that I'm building the house at. So do I want to get solar in two places? But maybe if I split it here, we can see what makes sense. But yeah, man, this is not going to work. This is not sustainable. I can't be at the house in the middle of downloading a video that I'm just about to share with you guys and the internet goes out. And the reason why that's a problem is because once the connection gets disrupted, the process I can't resume and start again. Once it gets disrupted, I have to start all over again. This was already taking 20 minutes to download because of how slow the internet was, and now it's just off for good. So guys, I gotta figure this out. This is not working. But this is the situation that we're in. And just like that, the light is back. But you know, it can be back for 10 seconds, it can be back for 10 minutes, it can be back for 18 hours. We'll see what happens. But it was basically off for about 5 minutes, which is very rare. You never really know with this thing. It's just a surprise. Every day is a surprise. Welcome to Freetown. Okay, cool. So that was the power situation. Oh man, I was frustrated. I'm sure you could hear it in my voice. You could see it in the dark. I'm in the dark having this conversation with you guys. But like I said, I think it's important for you guys to see this. And again, we're working on a solution. We're looking into solar. So we'll have solar there, at least just to keep the main steady power of fans and television and internet going, because it's absolutely necessary for me to be able to kind of just even live. So we're gonna get that going. Don't worry, the solutions are coming soon, but I just wanted you guys to see what it was like in real time and the real frustrations I was dealing with. So I forgot to mention, when the power goes out, you have no warning whatsoever. It just goes, and you don't know how long it's gonna be off. So the power will go, you don't know how long it's gonna be off, and when it comes back on, it's just a surprise. Everybody, it's like Christmas. You know, when the lights come on, it's exciting to see the lights come on. But it's unfortunate that's the way things are, but that's the way things are. So it is what it is. You just got to deal with it. So that's what you need to know, unless you have a backup source of power. So like where I am right now at my aunt's house, the generator's been on for about maybe 18 hours because she hasn't had light or steady, strong light here in Bow. In Freetown, you'll have issues like that. And so many people just run generators forever. I'm gonna have solar and multiple solar sources, so a couple of different batteries so that I can keep solar power going. All right, so that was the power issues. Let's go to the last issue of internet. So on to the next. All right, and the last is the internet. Man, not only do you have the power outages, so the internet supply that I have gets cut because there's no battery in the router, right? The router is just a router. You guys have routers in the West, so you know those routers just run on electricity, but generally you always have electricity, so you never think about the fact that your router will stop working. Well, when we have a power outage, the router goes out, right? That means you cannot connect to the internet. So many people have MiFis. Well, my MiFis aren't the strongest. And so I'm gonna show you the power outage issue and how it affects the internet, but I'm gonna show you the internet first. Then we're gonna get into how the power outage affects the internet I have in house. And so I have to switch over to my MiFi, and then you'll see how slow that is. So let's jump right into the internet issues first so you can kind of see that, and then we'll go over to the MiFi. So let's do the internet issues first. So check that out. All right, and then the last thing that needs to be done is the Wi-Fi needs to be taken care of. Now the Wi-Fi situation is a real issue. The Wi-Fi situation is a real issue. So what happens is now, it's not fiber optic, it's just, I guess it's just using like a connection to the main internet. So we need to get fiber optic set up here. And so there's a couple different companies that I've been talking to about fiber optic service. But I just want to show you guys the company that we're using, because we're using Africell. but it's not fiber optic. So this is just plugged in here. But what happens is the internet is very unstable. The internet will be running for 10 minutes straight, good, and then it goes out. But this is the router. This is the router, what it looks like. Yeah, so it'll run for 10 minutes straight and then it'll go out. I brought my own extender. So this is Eero. I brought this from the States. I use these to extend the Wi-Fi connection. So if you got a weak connection, you plug in the Eero, and then this actually works as my new router. It has a much stronger signal and it can push it to all areas of the house. And so when I was in LA, I bought this. And so I actually brought it out of my storage unit, and I've been using it every place that I've been staying. I was using it in Ghana and I'm using it here. And so yeah, so that is the internet situation. The connection is not strong at all. Even with my Eero, the connection isn't so great, and the internet connection just, what happens is basically every so often, 10, 20 minutes or so, it just times out and then it stops working for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it just stops working. So what happens is here, you won't see anything, all the lights will show up. But on my Eero, that light turns red every time. So you can see the light is green or white. So that shows that it's working. It'll turn red when it's not working. So whatever reason some reason, maybe it's an old router or something, I don't know, because we did inherit this, the internet service and the router. All these lights will still be blinking the way they are. So it seems to be working perfectly. But then this will say connected with no internet. And so the light will show off, and then on my phone it'll say connected with no internet. So we need a more stable connection. So there's a couple companies we're looking at, and so I'll show you that in a second. But I've also called that company to come take a look. And so when they come, I'll let you guys see what that process looks like. So on to the next. I'm talking about light is red, internet is not connected. But when you look at the device, it seems like the internet is working. But this, my own extender, lets me know that the internet is not working. So I'm gonna do a quick refresh. Actually, yep. Looks like the light's back on randomly. So we'll see if it starts working again. Okay, after the refresh, all the lights are back on, but unfortunately, the light is actually still red. So let's hope that this actually turns white or yellow, which means that it's working, or white or green, which means that it's working. So you see it just went green. So it looks like we're all good. All right, guys, so this is the internet situation. What did I tell you guys? Just randomly it goes off. So I'm still waiting for the other guys to get here and see if I can potentially have them do a survey and start using the internet. It's kind of expensive. I'll show you the price here. So that's the price right there for the internet. But it is what it is. If this is what I want, if I want to get high-speed internet, that's what I got to do. All right, so that was quickly what the main internet issue looks like with the AfriCell. You can see that the internet just goes out and just intermittently works, and then it's slow on top of that, which I couldn't really show you. Next, I'm gonna show you, we actually had a power outage while I was in the middle of filming what was going on with the internet. And so then I had to switch over to my MiFi. So what you're gonna see now is what my MiFi looked like, and in terms of how long it was taking to upload a 1 minute and 19 second video. It said 24 hours. Anyway, check that out. So this MiFi is so slow. So this is the length of the video. This is 1 minute and 19 seconds, not 1 hour and 19 minutes. It's 1 minute and 19 seconds. You can see all the videos that I've tried to download today. Failed server error. Finally that one, I uploaded it later. Finally that one uploaded. Look how much time it's saying. For a 1 minute and 19 second video, it's saying it's going to take 1 day to download. 1 day to download, it's not even 1 gigabyte, it's 90.4 megabytes. Look here, this is just taunting me. That's how much is left to download, and it's saying it's gonna take 1 day to download this video. That coupled with the fact that I have no light. This, guys, is the life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that for any of you guys who are planning to move here, you get yourself set up before you land, because this cannot happen to you. If you have a day job and you need to get on Zoom calls, you need to get to work, this is not gonna work out for you. So if you're moving into a place that doesn't have all this stuff set up, I'm gonna make sure we make it available for you before you get in, because I can't let you guys deal with what I'm dealing with right now. The frustration is at an all-time high, but I just laugh at it because at the end of the day, this is where we are. This is what it is. But yeah, this is what's going on for now. I'm still waiting for the electric guy to get here, so hopefully he gets here soon. And then once he does, then you guys will get a chance to see that process. So that was the MiFi, and the issue there is I have QCell. QCell is not great. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I mean, that's what people say. Orange and AfriCell tend to be better, but both of those two companies, as you guys might have heard on my live, are out of MiFis right now, at least in Freetown. Now that I'm in Bo, I'm gonna see if I can try to stop by a store and see if I can pick one up. But as of right now, it looks like I'm gonna have to go through some interesting means to try to find a MiFi in this country. But that is the internet issues right there. So if you can imagine, for me as someone who shoots content on YouTube, I have to upload videos, I need to download videos. So just went through the internet issues and you got a chance to hear and see what that looked like. So yeah, on to the next. And then of course, if there's anything here that you thought was interesting or helpful, or if there's anything here that you would not deal with, let us know in the comments below. If you've ever dealt with any of this, let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you to see if you've ever dealt with anything like this before. All right, so that is it for the issues and the challenges and the disastrous week that I had here in Sierra Leone. Next time, we're gonna talk about some of the solutions. We're gonna show you how I got my keys made and how much it costs. We're gonna show you the plumber coming through, at least one plumber coming through and doing an assessment. We're gonna show you an internet guy coming through and doing an assessment as well. So you get a chance to see what that looks like, so that by the time that next video rolls around, I should have internet and I can show you what that life is like having internet and having water. Because that's really what I want to be able to show you guys. So this is kind of a three-stage process, right? You get to see the problems, then you'll get a chance to see the solutions, and then the process of getting the solutions worked on. And then the third stage of the process is actually once all the solutions have been installed and have been worked on, sorry, bugs. Once the solutions have been installed and worked on, then you'll get a chance to see how they actually work. And that's what I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. And of course, the consulting service that I'm coming out with shortly will have all of those details. We'll walk you through all of that. So in case you come here and you don't have all that stuff, we can make sure we help you get it, or we'll make sure you can get that all before you even come here, so you don't have to worry about any of this. I don't want you to go through what I went through. All right, guys, with that, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video. Oh, by the way, if you found this useful in any way, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you share this with anybody who you know might be thinking about moving to Sierra Leone and is on a budget, because if they're on a budget, these are the challenges that they're going to be dealing with. If you don't want to be dealing with these challenges, then you're going to have to raise your budget and live somewhere where it has all of these amenities already in place. So, with that being said, share this with them. Make sure that they have the information that they need before they come. All right. And make sure you, of course, you subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.